Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a study day with me because I have a lot of stuff that I need to get done and a lot of studying to do, and I just decided to dedicate this whole entire day to studying and prepping for the tests that I have coming up. So I will just kind of be going through my day with you guys and giving you some study tips, some study techniques. So if you guys are interested in that, please keep watching. So the very first thing I like to do is plan out my day while I'm having my breakfast and my coffee. I usually just write down kind of like a study day plan in my planner, and I like to use a priority system, so I write down all of the stuff that I need to get done in a list from the most important to the least important, so things that I need to get done as fast as I possibly can, and then things that I can maybe do another day, and also extra things that I might want to accomplish if, I have the time. I feel like that really helps me study and keeps me focused and motivated to study. Then I really like to kind of have a specific study spot, and that is my desk. Make sure that your study spot is well lit or like next to a window, because that is really important, first of all for your eyes, and second of all it just helps you focus. I also really like to listen to music while I study. My favorite YouTube channel is Alex Rainbird Music, and he or she, the channel has a lot of amazing playlists, and there's fall playlists, winter playlists, study playlists, relaxing playlists. I don't know. I really like the music, and I'm also very lazy to come up with my own playlist, so I just turn on one of those playlists from the channel, and it helps me study. And I also don't like doing homework or studying in complete silence. I don't know, just weird, and it gets me more distracted. So I decided to work on my history homework first, and for any type of homework assignment or studying that you need to do, use your resources, all of the resources that you're given, books, websites, other online things. I find that there are a lot of very helpful Quizlets online for certain things that people have created, so you can use those. There's also a lot of really useful websites online, especially for history. I found this website that has kind of summaries on each chapter in my history book, and that kind of helps me take notes and stuff, because history personally for me is very difficult to understand, and so having summaries just helps me kind of get a more general idea of what the chapter is talking about, so I can read it, the rest of it, and understand it better. I was taking notes on the Constitution at that moment. I was doing this worksheet, and it was kind of difficult, and I had a hard time understanding, so I had to use a lot of like dictionary definitions and stuff. So dictionaries are definitely a great resource for any subject, any class. So I do recommend that you use all of the resources that you're given. Teachers give you books for a reason, okay? Your books might have a lot of great information. Even though they are heavy and large and obnoxious, use them.
It's someone else's spark. It's someone else's heart. It's someone else.
Then I went on to do my English homework, which was just responding to a bunch of discussion questions, and I got that done pretty fast. Then I decided to go take a break. I find that taking breaks to do something else in between your little kind of study sessions or subjects kind of just helps you stay on track, and also helps your brain absorb information. Your brain has such a short attention span that honestly there will become a point where you just can't take any more information, you can't absorb it, you don't understand it. For that reason, you need to take breaks. Your brain needs to focus on something else, and it will subconsciously process all the information that you just learned previously in your session or whatnot. For example, for my history, all the information that I was taking on the Constitution helped me on my in-class essay that I had that following week, which was kind of the main prep for it that I had. And I didn't think it would help me, but it did help me with the essay prompt. Some of the things that I put on that worksheet I use in my essay, and I was really glad that I took the time to do that. So make sure you're doing all the assignments that your teacher gives you. Another thing that is very important when you're studying or doing any work is to stay hydrated. So make sure you are intaking a lot of fluids. Drinking water, tea is a really good option too. I love tea, especially when it's cold in the fall and winter. Tea is the best option for staying hydrated. I personally prefer it over water. You can also drink like hot lemon water if you like that. So next I went to go do some biology studying because I had a bio test on Monday, so that was like in a couple of days. And a study technique that I find really helpful is the blank paper technique. My biology teacher actually introduced this to me and it's super cool. It helps with all of the short answer responses that you might have. So what you do is you just take a question and you write out all of the information that you know about it from memory, and then you take a different colored pen and you just correct it using your notes and other online resources and add more information, and you just keep doing that and writing all over again until you have mastered the info. Next, I'm doing math homework, and I like to use past papers and past test questions to study for some math stuff. I had to review some old math concepts that I learned last year, so that was very helpful for that. Next on my list, I had some SAT studying, which I knew would take the rest of the day, but I wanted to go get some food and take kind of a nice longer break before I get to my SAT, because that is very straining. And yeah, I went downstairs and I had no food, but I went to go eat some soup that my mom made, and it looks kind of gross, but it's really good, I promise. But make sure you're eating healthy food, home-cooked food, preferably, so don't eat like junk food, because junk food and all of these fatty stuff is just not very healthy for your body. Another thing that I like to do when I'm studying is to just stretch. And when you're sitting for a very long amount of time, your body just gets so sore, and I don't know, I don't like the feeling, and I like to stretch out. It just helps me. Then I decided to get some fresh air and go outside. It was actually a really warm day, even though this was like the end of October, but it was really warm. And I don't know, getting fresh air, getting oxygen to your brain will help your brain function better. So make sure you're just going outside. I don't care what you're doing, just go outside and get some fresh air. Also try to get some activity, exercise in, also helps your brain function. Take in more information as you're studying. I decided to clean up some leaves from my deck, and I'm really weird. As you can see, I really like doing chores and stuff around my house. I don't know why, but that's just something that I like doing, and I'm getting some action and fresh air out of that. So then I went back to my SAT practice after I did all that with my cup of tea once again. As you can see, I absolutely love tea, and I had this test booklet that I got as a practice, and I cut out like the test answer sheets for it. But before I did that, I decided to review my SAT book with some SAT strategies and some math concepts, as well as my revision notebook with all of the past mistakes that I've done on previous practice tests, because I've done quite a lot. And then I set my timer and I started the very long, annoying practice SAT. And then I was finished a lot of hours later, and time came to grade my test. And I like using this app for SAT grading. It like scans your scores and then it gives you the score right away. I would just say use apps for school in general. There's so many helpful school apps out there that can just help you with your studying and learning new information. I was obviously not satisfied with my score, but it is what it is. I took the SAT in 2 weeks after that, so that's why I was kind of cramming, and I would advise you not to cram all of your studying before such a big exam like that. But whenever you are doing practice tests or studying, just make sure you're revising all of the information that you're learning. For example, if you're doing a past test or like some past test questions, create a subject-specific revision notebook, and in that notebook you want to copy down all of the questions that you got wrong, as well as the answer that you chose, as well as the correct answer, and write out an explanation for why you got the answer wrong. And it is very time-consuming, I know, but it's so helpful, okay? Trust me. I increased my SAT score by 150 points since I first started studying, and that's not super a lot, but it is a lot for just like personal studying with no SAT classes. So this really does work, and I am planning to use this for larger exams like my IB exams that will be coming up next year and stuff, with a lot of information. So I will be finishing my studying for today. I accomplished quite a lot, even though I did not improve on my SAT score. It's okay, I'll get there, I hope. I really hope so. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found some of the studying tips and techniques useful. If you guys would like me to make more like study, school, homework videos, comment that down below. I would love to do so. So now I'm going to end my day by going to bed, and as always, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.